Hi everyone, welcome to another video from this Rooms of Wonder page. We're going to start actually here, done some of these shelf items and see where it leads us really. Now this being a deep sea diver's helmet, I always imagine that they are sort of coppery in colour. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull that off, but I'm going to have a go. Let's come in a bit closer. We could pop you towards the middle. There we go. So I'm using number 76 as I've shown you for the edge, just to darken it up a little bit to start with, because we want to, excuse me, get that shine like we did up here on our trophies. So I'm going to do that first. Just on all the sort of edges. I think it'd be quite dark under there. I'm going to ignore those, some of the lines and things. There's a lot going on. Am I going to make that darker? There and there I think will make more sense. And that might not make sense. Never mind, it's done now. Okay, like that. A little bit into here, maybe. There we go. We'll leave it like that. We'll just see how it goes. Then we'll need the 73. Now this is obviously the colour we've used behind here, but I think we can make it look quite a lot different and darker. And once we've got our other colours on, it should stand out well enough in the background, I think. Hopefully. So I hope you're all well today. It's Saturday morning actually. My husband's prepping to go out shopping, and I'm just sneaking in a bit of recording really early because I've got an appointment opticians later, and I'm going to have a look at my eyes again. So my pupils need to be dilated, so I didn't know if I would be very good at colouring after that. Number 4, so I thought I'd get some in nice and early, have some fun with you before all the other fun. So gosh, that's very orange, isn't it? I think it will work. I'm just going to go over some of these details. There's so much going on here. I'm purposely pressing quite hard to get it quite orange because I want it to look really quite coppery. I'm going to, though, use this one next, 16. It will tone it down a little bit. You know, just I'm sort of going over everything. I think it helps to blend it up and to make it stand out as well. We bring in a sort of yellow at the end just to finish off, which is this one. I'm going to use the number 11 because it's sort of slightly orangey. I think it will work. Now doing these sorts of metallics, I find sometimes easier if you've got a bigger range of colours, but actually I think this is okay. Just leave a bit of a shine down the middle of there, on the edge of there, and just at the top of here. It's quite quick, quite rough and ready, but I think it's worked. I am going to grab my darkest brown again to do some shadows. So this is 76 again. Excuse me, I'm going to have my breakfast. I haven't had a drink yet this morning because it was too hot. I just came straight through to record so I could get a bit done. I'm really excited about getting on with this page now. It was a page, excuse me, and when I was asked to do it I was a bit like oof, but now I'm nearly there. I'm like really excited and really enjoying it too. Look at that, happy with that. I'm just going to grab the light grey for the sort of glassy bits. So this is number 80, and I'm just going to go over that a bit more. And I don't know if that's a light or if it's, I've got no idea. Anyway, it's grey now. Oops. And our label. Let's grab a completely different colour. Let's grab this, number 26. Let's do it pink, why not? There we go. Okay, right, book. I'm doing the book next. Getting all excited. I've also got a new book, talking of books, number 3, which someone very kindly sent me. And I want to have a look at it. It looks amazing. I've seen a flip through, I think, ages ago. Well, not ages, it's not like really, really old, but a while ago. And so I want to do my own flip through so I can see what it's like. But I decided that I would get this done first because it was all laid out on the desk ready. And also it makes sense for the order of the videos. Right, it's just blue. Now pages, I always find pages hard to know what colour. Like all the books I've got in here, one of them's quite dark cream, almost brownish. The others are all cream or white. Let's use this really light, oops, not that one. This really light yellow, number 10. For these pages here. Try not to do it too hard, it's a bit lemony, but there we go. Oh, I'm going to use this for the tape. Right, and then I'm going to use, whoops, they're all getting out of order. The peachy colour for this. There we go. Right, oof. Just going to move my pencils back into order so as I get confused. This book, I think, I'm just looking at what's around it. I'm going to do green, number 5, nice dark elegant green colour. So just on the top. Now I'm thinking that the edges might do it that colour, the corner colour. What do you think those corners are? I think there might be a leather corner or something. It might be dark brown. But they might just be, I've just gone over it in green. They might just be, I don't know, it's a very smart looking book to get lost, isn't it? And I think I know what I'm going to do. Just darken it up. I'm going to get the darker green, this is the 38, and do the corners and sort of edges all in the darker green, like there's some sort of special binding on those bits like that. Oh, that goes around the corner just a tad. My son's come upstairs, he's talking. He doesn't know how to talk quietly. I don't know if you can hear him. My other son's made me put my 56 for the page edges really gently. Why not? Why can't they be green? Has made me put a does he call it a pop filter? I don't know, on my microphone on my camera, so that it might block out that sort of noise. I don't know. I'm going to use number 16 for the little note, and then we need something for the tape. Let's use a slightly different yellow, number 1. I don't know why. Okay, let's move across just a little bit. Ooh. So we've got our box. I think this is wood. I'm going to use 77. What's in this box, do you think? A little treasure chest of delights. I can hear the washing machine as well. I don't know if you can hear it. It's having a spin. The problem with doing this first thing in the morning, there's always a hive of activity in here, all sorts going on. Husband's just gone out, heard the door shut. Yeah, I just heard him lock the door. He goes shopping. I don't do the shopping. We've got sort of out the habit of shopping together. We used to, all 4 of us used to go together, because we didn't used to leave the boys when they were young on their own, of course. I'm going to cheat on my edges. I'm going to use this 16 to do my gold keyhole. I'm just going to leave a bit of white, and here, like that, fade it a bit, faded to the top. It'd be lighter on the top, I think. There we go. So I've cheated. If you want it a bit more realistic, you can use this sort of colour. It looks a bit too gold for me, that. It's not really that coppery. I think it's okay though. And we've got a little handle on the top. I think I might just do that in grey. You could do it in gold as well, number 8. But I want it to stand out a little more because we've got that picture behind. Excuse me. It took me a while to sort of realise what it was, so I think if it's darker you can see it. Now our little picture, we've got 2 hills. Let's do them green. 57. This looks like Teletubbies hills. If you're a certain age and you're from UK, you'll know what I mean. Number 1 for the sun. Others may not. It's a kids' TV show, and they number 30, and they live in underground under some hills. But the sun always used to scare me. Now I'm too old to have watched it as a child. I used to watch it with my children, actually with my niece. My children didn't really like it. I'm not surprised, nor did I. Now the frame of the picture, I was going to do it wood, and then we've got the wooden box. If you would just go out there and do it red. I'm sorry for my voice. I will go and get a drink soon. I don't know if it's cool yet. So yeah, 29 is our mid-standard red. Now you could put it on a little bit darker here where there might be some shadow or in the corners. I've put it on quite thickly anyway. Right, 2 bottles. I always like a purple bottle. I think it looks rather magical. So I'm going to do that for the back one. The back one's the trickiest because we can't see all of it. But I'm just going to try and do the best I can to make a light bit in the middle so that it looks like it's shiny glass and helps to make it look less flat. It's quite hard to do that when it's behind. I'm going to do that bit as if it's part of the glass, and then we'll do this bit as if it's a different colour, like a sort of pretty 61 pink. So layer it up on the outside and less in the middle. There we go. Now the other bottle I'm going to do in the dark blue, number 33. My son was saying how annoying my voice is that I don't have to warm it up before I sing in the morning. I think he's wrong. I have to warm it up before I speak. But anyway, we'll get there. I've also had a bit of a cold, which probably doesn't help. I've got a bit of cold's gone, but I didn't really have it much. But it's definitely with sinusy, lovelies, sinus. I think we'll go lighter with this one. Number 37. And we'll go do the same with the stopper round and round. But I'm going to do this in the same colour but really light, so it looks like it's a different colour, but we know it will match. I've missed a few bits. I'm just going to go back in and get rid of those. There we go. Being the ultimate fussy person. Now, camera. Usually cameras just do black or grey, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use number 9 for the strap to start with. I always think the straps are either black or sort of brown leather. I'm leaving a little bit of a gap to make it look like shiny leather. They're probably all plastic these days. Yeah, a lot of people don't like leather, do they? It's a tricky one. I remember I had a pair of plastic Doc Martens, vegan Doc Martens, and they were so bad. They had no give in them, and my feet got such big calluses on them from the shoes. I bought them online as well, so by mail order at the time. We didn't have online, and so I wasn't able to try them on, and it just put me off buying that sort of shoe, and they were more expensive, and yeah, and they gave me loads of blisters, but Doc Martens always do. And then once I sort of wore into them a bit more, they just gave me, number 80, they just gave me such sore calluses on my toes. I'm going to use a little bit lightly across there, just make it look classy. There we go. Let's move along a little bit. Next section. What's going on with that fish? What? I'm going to use number 35 to do the bottle. I just don't know what it is. It's just the weirdest thing. And Johanna has not told us anything about the history of this bit, as far as I'm aware. I follow her on Facebook and Instagram. When she does a live, I always watch it. Well, if I miss it, I watch it back. So I don't miss anything. So what is it? What is it, Johanna? Tell us. I think I'm going to leave it white because it's surely the bones. Fish bones in a jar. Obviously, really normal. Let's move on. Cup. Let's do an orange. Yeah, I did some orange cups. Number 24 in a picture I did yesterday. I was doing a Rita Berman page, picnic page in Europa, and decided to do the picnic mat. The items on there are really bright. It's a lot of background, trees and sky and all sorts of things going on. But I wanted the picnic to be the focal point of the picture, which I felt it was from the way it was drawn. So I did excuse me, did a cup and a bowl in orange. It was a bit bright, but never mind. Now I was just thinking about the football, but we need to just finish off the cup. Let's grab our number 10 for the bit of sellotape. Sorry, that was a very fleeting look at number 10. And what should we do? Let's grab this one for our label. It's number 25. Now, I don't play football. I watch a little bit of international football. I'm an England fan, but I don't really follow it much. Just moving my pencils around. But for me, that football should be blue and yellow. But I don't know how it works. Do all the ones there one colour and then that one a different colour? Or do we just do sort of every other one? I'm just going to start. Do that one and that one. Then where do I go? This one. But then what about that one? Oh gosh, I'm confused. That one and that one. Let's do it more than one colour. Let's stick some blue in. Number 63. Let's put the blue in here. And then see where we're at. Now I'm confused. Maybe I should have looked up a picture, worked out what football looks like. We do have some here. I do have boys, and we do have football. I think it's basketball that we kick around the garden because we know that much about sport. I'm going to do all those in a slightly darker blue, I think. I don't really know. Number 3. Do I do every other one? And do the others in a yellow? Maybe I do. Maybe that's what I do. that one and that one. Yeah, maybe that's how we do it. We really don't know. I'm going to grab a darker yellow. Sorry for the clatter. Number 11. It looks pretty anyway, even if it's all wrong. It doesn't matter, does it? Right, we have a little ball of string or wool. We're going to make it number 23, nice and bright. Now with these, what I tend to do is I tend to start off with an intense layer around the edge. Round and round we go. And then fade it towards the middle, which will hopefully make it look a little bit more spherical, because obviously it is a ball. Although Johanna has drawn it so it's slightly wibbly wobbly, which is very much more realistic. Then I have a look at the pattern on the ball, and we would have a little bit of shadow there and here where it's wound round itself, and there and there. So there we go. I'm going to look really simple. Okay, now we have our little bottle of ointment. That's what I think it is. I'm just going to move you along a bit. I'm thinking ink. I don't think that's an ink bottle. So that's how I'm going to do it. Number 33. I did think firstly it was a bottle of that nappy rash cream. I can't remember what it's called. Red and white. I think it begins with C. No, Sudocrem, that's it. But no, we're going to do it as a bottle of ink. It's a bit more elegant than nappy cream, isn't it? We'll do some different blues for the lid and the label. I think it would sort of match. So number 30 is quite a pale one for the label. And then number... Oh, I can't pick it up. Here we go, number 3 for the lid. So we've got a few different blues. Got a lot of blue going on here. We shall do something different on this bag that's coming up. That's going to move along a bit. I don't know if it's necessary, quite near the middle. That's quite a pattern, isn't it? I'm thinking we need to get some pinks out. We haven't done that much in sort of bright pinks. We've done a few pink things, but nothing much. So I'm going to start with the lighter pink, number 20, for the sort of main background part of our bag. Oh, now I feel like I've got a bit of cereal stuck in my throat, for goodness sake. What did I have? I had a sliced banana in a bowl. I sprinkled cinnamon and cocoa powder on it. Don't ask, it's really nice. Then I put on a bit of soy milk. then I sprinkled it with some jumbo oats and some crispy spelt flakes, stirred it all round and nommed it down. Very nice. Usually I put red grapes in as well, and that helps to sweeten it more, because obviously that cocoa powder, it's not got any sugar in, it's just cocoa, so it's quite bitter. But the cinnamon helps. But actually I couldn't taste the cinnamon very much this morning. I don't think I put enough on. I find cinnamon adds the sweetness. When you don't eat sugar like me, you notice the sweetness in things like cinnamon, like fruit, a lot more, because you're not used to having all that added sweetness, which is really nice, I think. Right, that's that one. I'm going to go darker, whoops, with number 61 for the sort of rim part here. There. I'm going to keep it quite solid and dark because it is small. And I'm going to also use this colour for our handle. Again, keep that solid, but maybe fade it up towards the middle of that loop. There we go. Now I'm going to use this elsewhere as well. I think on this petal bit, I think it's nice to have a few colours this repeating through. It makes it easier with regards to colour selection. but it also, I think, ties it all together. Right, and I'm going to do this central pattern in this as well. And then I've got to think of a colour to do behind. I think I will use the, oh, we've got our buckle as well. I think I'll use the same colour on the next bit and the buckle. I think that'll work, although the buckle overlaps. I think that's okay. Let's use this one. This is the light purpley colour, number 62. I think they call this a lavender, not sure. We're going to put this through. This will be in the centre as well, and I'm going to put it on here. We'll do that buckly bit in silver, I think, well, in grey. And it's quite an ornate bag, isn't it? Do you imagine losing that? I can imagine losing that fish bones in a jar. I think I would try and lose that. But really. Right, let's get our silver. I'm going to use the lighter grey, the number 80. There we go. Okay, now we have the little change purse, or in the UK we just call it a purse. I'm going to do the heart in a red because I've used a lot of pink. The 29 is the nice bright red. Yeah, in America you call your handbag a purse, and you call your purse a change purse. You would just call this a purse, whereas you would call it a change purse. I find it fascinating. I'm going to do a bit of green, I think, behind that heart. I think it'll make it stand out, which would be rather sweet. Number 52, just for this sort of fabric bit. I like the way this little butterfly clasp. I used to have little purses as a child with the little clasp like that, and they were really small. You could only fit about 3 or 4 coins in them. But I never had any coins to put in them. A button, maybe, if I was lucky, or some beads. Used to often have very much money. My grandfather would sometimes give me 10 pence. Number 8. He would always have a bit of change in his pocket. And then I'd go and spend it, usually though, on a packet of crisps, or a couple of penny chews, 10 penny chews. Now I've got a clock here. Just trying to think how to do that. What colours? We haven't used lots of green, have we? Maybe this pale green might work, just for something different. I know we've got a leaf pattern, but let's use number 50 for this whole sort of background bit. Now I'm going over the top of that patterny bit because I will use a darker colour on it. I'll use a dark green on it in a minute. It's easier to go over it because it is so small. There we go. And then I'm going to use a darker green, this one. Number 5 for the design. I mean, this doesn't have to be leaves, it could just be a fleur-de-lis or anything really. And then this bit, look nice in the green. I'm going to keep it solid rather than trying to make it look reflective. I think it, because it acts as a sort of frame. That's our handle. I'm just going to grab number 73 to tidy up that bookcase behind. See, I'm tempted to do that on all of it really, but anyway. Now our face. Usually I do these as metallic. I might have a go with the 16, see what I can do. Let's make it solid here. Fade it that way. Fade it that way. Fade it that way. Fade it that way. Keep going so there's only a bit of white. Maybe that works. Not sure. Now I am going to come back across here and do some of these items. I think I'll come out a little bit so we can see. Whoops, I've got something in the way. There we go. So we've got this little necklace. I'm just going to grab 73 to do the thing it's hanging on, because I missed that one, little peg. And then I'm just going to do these little pom-poms in a pretty pink colour. So I'm going to use number 25 and just do it pink. I think it looks like a little child's sort of pom-pom and beads, or floral, big floral beads and mini beads. So I think it's fun. I can hear a lot of noise. Must be next door, I think. So I'm not doing anything different or special, just getting some colour down. Now we have this very pretty tree I'm going to do next. I've had my eye on this one for a while. I like it. I'm going to use number 52. Now with the leaves, I know I'm quite zoomed out. I'm going to try and make them darker in the base and lighter in the tip. To try and emphasise each leaf a little bit more, but I'm not sure how well it will work. You could, it shows up more if you use two colours, so you could use a number 5 in the tip and then number 50 on the, no sorry, number 5 on the base, number 50 on the tip. But I like this colour. I think it'll work well enough. And it takes a bit of time and patience to do all the little leaves. But we're nearly done. We're just going to do this and the present, and then that'll be us for today. I need to go and get my coffee before it gets cold. It's probably already cold. And it sounds like I've got to go and sort out the washing machine as well. The excitement. That's Saturday mornings for you, washing towels and sounds like, you know, why would you leave those for the weekend and do your cleaning on the weekend? But actually I prefer that because the family are here to help, whereas I know some people would rather have the weekend doing nothing. But there's never a day of doing nothing, is there? There's always dishes to wash or dishwashers to empty and meals to cook and beds to make and all sorts of things to do. I did used to have a cleaner. When the boys were toddlers, I just couldn't keep up with it all. And husband didn't have the energy to help because we weren't getting much sleep. It was just so tricky. So in the end we got a cleaner for a while, which was nice. I used to tidy up before she came, which she always thought was funny, but actually I didn't mind tidying up and I knew where things went. So the morning I would spend, you know, not long just tidying up, and then she could do the actual cleaning, which was the bit that I was finding too much. She used to also do a bit of ironing for me, which was nice. Now my washing machine's beeped. I wonder if the children are going to see to it. I shouldn't think so. They are supposed to be doing their schoolwork this morning, college work I should say, but I'm not sure they are yet. Sometimes they wait till 9. It's not 9 o'clock yet, it's only just past 8:30. So they like to do that, or sometimes they need me to remind them. I can hear, like, it sounds like heavy metal music. It's quite funny. It's so rare to hear things like that around here. I don't mind hearing my neighbour. I don't know if you can hear the machine beeping. Right, the stem trunk. Sorry, I'm going to use this number 76. This bit's very narrow, so I'm just going to block it in. But this bit, I'd quite like to try and make it a little bit darker on the edges, and then a bit lighter in the middle. Try and give it a little bit to make it look a little bit rounded. There we go. This pot's very intricate. I think we could break it down into just a few colours. So I'm going to use this dark blue to start with, number 33, for this piece around the top. Keeping that one at the back quite dark. And here I might fade it towards the middle a little bit, so you start to show shape. And then I'm going to do all the horizontal lines in the same colour. I had to think then. Horizontal, vertical, horizontal, horizon, horizontal. Then this one. Now I'm in a dilemma. Do I keep it all blues, or do I add in some other colours? I think I might just make the rest of it a lighter blue, and not do each individual bit, but actually as if it's woven. So number 37. So I'm going to put it quite hard in there because it'd be shadowy, and here I'm going to do the same. So fade it towards the middle, but I'm going to ignore the pattern as if it's just a sort of woven stuff. But you might want to, you could put shadow in between each bit, but it's too small for me to do that. Right, nearly there. And then we've got our gift. I'm going to do the gift, and then that'll be the last one for today. Then the last video is all the things on the bottom shelf and a quick pastel background, I think. Right, present. Got spotty paper. What I'm thinking is if we do a 2-colour paper, do it pale with darker spots, it makes it easier, like a bit like we did with the kite. And I am going to grab, I was going to grab a colour, but not that one. No, let's do it this orange, number 42, and do it orange all over. I'm trying to keep it fairly light. And then we'll get a darker one. Now, this has got 2 labels on. One of them presumably is supposed to be the Lost Property Office label, and one of them the label on the gift. Someone's missed out on their gift, haven't they? Okay, and then I'll grab a darker orange. This one's actually quite dark, it's almost red. Number 2, we'll use this one. And we'll just do all the spots with this first. And they'll really show up. It's quite neatly wrapped, isn't it? I love wrapping presents and making them look all pretty, but I'm not that good at wrapping. But hey ho, try my best. Okay, now I'm going to make this one with the cross on, which I think is probably the gift label, with this colour. And I'm also going to do this bow to match. I think it's nice having it all matching. There we go. And then the other one we'll do in a very different colour, because it's the Lost Property Offices one. We'll do it in 57, we'll do it in a green. There we go, and I think that is enough, as I say, for today. I need to get my drink anyway. Let's pull that into the middle. Oops. We got it all in shot. Yeah, there we go. So there, oh, it's very squiffy. I'm very good at making it wonky, aren't I? Even when I try hard to make it straight, it still looks wonky. Luckily, in my photo editing software, I can change the angle. So you might notice I finish like this, and then my ending photo is more angled straight, because I've got a little grid on there. I can get it straight. But anyway, that's all for today. Come back tomorrow for the last one. We'll definitely fit it all into one video, even if it takes a little bit longer. I'm not sure how long it's going to take us to do all these bits and pieces, but I'm really excited to get it finished, really, because it's just such fun getting something completed. But for now, thank you for watching. Have a really, really lovely day. Please subscribe, please like, comment. Thank you, and happy colouring.